Right, everybody, in this video we'll be talking the latest on Jadon Sancho's potential exit, um, as well as some interesting news on Nicholas Jackson, Benjamin Sesko, Garnacho's exit as well. But I want to start off by talking about the Sancho stuff. This came in earlier. Juventus will finalise Sancho's €18 million transfer from Manchester United after selling Mabangula and Weah, with Sancho signing a 4-year deal, $6 million per season contract. So Sancho very, very close. His exit seems very, very close, and that's something that's absolutely important. I think getting Sancho out of the club is absolutely vital, and it's a deal that makes a lot of sense. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Juventus, looking like that deal's close. I think Sancho, listen, we've got that Rashford here. We go to Barcelona. Now it's all about getting Sancho gone, and then we can focus on Anthony, which I will have a little update on, as well as some other players as well. So that's the latest on that. But Sancho exit to Juventus is getting very, very close. And again, he's one of those 5 players who is looking to seek a move away from Manchester United. So yeah, he will be leaving United, and it's looking like Juventus seems on the radar. Now, the next thing, I'm going to go through all the reports on Benjamin Sesko. So Leipzig demanding 78 million earlier, £78 million earlier this summer for Leipzig for Benjamin Sesko. Christopher Vivels knows Benjamin Sesko very well, and that's why the interest is internally being discussed. Christopher United knows Benjamin Sesko from his time at Leipzig. He's reportedly assuring Ruben Amorim that he has the maturity required to succeed. Amorim, previously sceptical about the 22-year-old, is believed to have a more experienced striker with a proven track record. Benjamin Sesko has a release clause, which is thought to be somewhere between £68 million and £86 million. There's understood to be an agreement with Leipzig if he can leave if that value is met. Manchester United monitoring Jackson's situation at Chelsea. United have a long interest in Watkins, so there's no official club to club contact yet. So it's looking like that deal is getting close. The strike situation is certainly heating up. I think with Sesko, he's no doubt a decent player. 22-year-old, obviously has a huge connection with Christopher Vivell, who again, he's that one who's kind of leading the charge for Benjamin Sesko. No doubt, as I said, talented player. I think I've seen the stat, no player under 21 scored as many goals as Sesko last season, so he certainly is a clinical goal scorer. Again, the same, what I said there, Amorim being sceptical, I'm the same. I think signing someone who's 22, relatively inexperienced, has a huge question mark, because we kind of did that with Rasmus Højlund, and I know no 2 players are the same, but I think that's something that United definitely have to look at, and that would be one of the huge red flags over the deal. The fact that, listen, he's got experience, he's played for Salzburg, Leipzig, still a young player, and that would be the only issue that I'd have. There's no doubt, I think he can become a top striker, but again, I think we need proven players at Manchester United, and I think that's something that Ruben Amorim is striving for, definitely in the striker position, because we already have that young talent. We have Xerxes, we have Højlund, we have Cheeto. We have young players who can play in the striker position. I think we need someone who's more clinical and more kind of guaranteed to score goals. And I think where Sesko can come in and maybe get some goals, he'd be the sort of option I would be going for. As I said, we've also been linked with Nicholas Jackson, who again United have interest in, for 80 to 100 million euros. 80 to 100 million pounds is the price tag that Chelsea have on him, which is absolutely ridiculous. Chelsea are holding out, or they value him at 80, Jackson at 80 to 100 million, with Manchester United among the clubs keeping an eye on him. Chelsea under no pressure to sell the striker, who has 8 years left on his deal. I mean, that is ridiculous. But yeah, United are looking to an array of striker options. Nicholas Jackson, they're long-term rivals of Sesko, but we need to raise money in order to fund the deal. Moise Kean of Fiorentina is another forward on the radar, while United have been looking at a host of free agents. So the strike situation is there. As I said, I do not want Moise Kean. I don't want Nicholas Jackson, especially for the price. I mean, I don't think we're going to get him anyway, to be honest. I think he will just stay at Chelsea and maybe get a loan away, but I don't think United will go out and sign him. So that's the latest on that. But the strike situation, Sesko does seem like the one internally that United like the most. As I said, connections with Christopher Vivell, so that's something that's huge. They have a good relationship, and he's someone who's promoting that deal for for Benjamin Sesko. Jackson's an option, Watkins is an option. I think United are just looking out for striker options that we can potentially sign at the minute, to be honest with you. No doubt there are players there that we can sign, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now the next thing, goalkeeper situation. Now Royal Antwerp believes there's a good chance official bid will arrive from United for Sene Lemon soon. United interest is becoming more concrete. Antwerp are hoping for 13 to 17 million pounds. So listen, he's certainly a decent keeper. I really do like him. Talented keeper as well. But for me, I think United, as a second choice, wouldn't be bad at 23 years old. There's definitely talent there and potential. Will United go out and sign him? Probably not. But again, he's a cheap alternative, a keeper we've been looking at for a while, and definitely can be a keeper we go out to sign now. As I said, he plays in the Belgian league. So yeah, apparently United are gonna bid for him. If we do, we'll keep you up to date. He's certainly a keeper I wouldn't mind having. As I said, but the focus is on getting that Emblemo deal announced. To be fair, at the time of recording, he still hasn't been announced. So hopefully we can get that announced. But yeah, that's that. And then I'll move on to a striker probably. Now the last thing, Alejandro Garnacho's who is believed who could be signed for around 40 million this summer. So it's looking like Garnacho's exit. I mean, 40 million is probably about right. I mean, ideally you'd want somewhere north of 50. But with all the stuff that's come out and all the things that have been said and all of that stuff, United wanting to sell the player, it probably has gone down. On 40 million isn't probably the worst. But again, it's not ideal for a player who's 20 years old, played over 100 games for United. Ideally, you'd want 50, 60. But again, there's still not been many talks. I mean, Aston Villa seem like they don't have concrete interest. It's just initial talks there. So listen, the Garnacho situation is one that's interesting as well because will any clubs come in and sign him? I don't think so at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what does develop. As we all know, and it's been reported many times, Garnacho wants to stay in the Prem. So will he get that Premier League move? I don't think so. I think he certainly is a player who has got depth of talent, and I think wherever he goes, he'll do a good job. But obviously, United wouldn't sell him, so let's see what develops there. But that's been the latest update. SESKO talks. I think he looks like the striker United are wanting to go for the most. You've got Jackson talks in there as well for 80 to 100 million. No chance. You've got the goalkeeper talk. Sancho exit looks like it's very, very close, which is good for Manchester United. Anthony, as I said, I was going to give you it, but I remembered I talked about it yesterday. It was just Atletico Madrid talks. That's really about it. But yeah, thanks for watching.